The Ottawa Senators played this game without two key offensive players, Josh Norris up front and Jake Sanders on the back end, but this is not a recent trend. The numbers are not pretty, no matter how you slice it for Ottawa.
No, they're finding not the back of the net, and it's a trend that you are struggling with. You've been shut out 5 times since January 1st, and in back-to-back games, this is not good for the Ottawa Senators. Now, you've got a lot of talent up front, and yes, there's a lot of excuses in place as far as injuries and inconsistencies, but your top players have to find a way to drag you through. Brady Tkachuk, 0 goals in his last 9. Claude Giroux, 0 and 12. Drake Batherson, 1 in his last 18. I mean, these guys are capable, and believe me, they've had chances. Jonas Korpisalo was rock solid, but you've got to find a way to break through offensively, and it's not going to get easier with your schedule around the corner.
Tkachuk's 9-game pointless drought is now the longest of his NHL career. And meantime, at the other end of the ice, Jonas Korpisalo, the former Ottawa Senator, posts the shutout.
Well, I mentioned he was great tonight. So the Ottawa Senators did generate a lot of quality chances in tight. Korpisalo, who came in relief for Jeremy Swayman the night before against the New Jersey Devils, was dialed in right from the drop of the puck. Tim Stützle had some good looks. Brady Tkachuk in tight. Drake Batherson. Korpisalo, who is familiar with a lot of the shooters, obviously playing with them last season, was at the top of his game. He was great with his rebound control. He fought for sight lines, and he got the job done against his former team with a massive shutout.
Now, we saw these teams play a week ago in Ottawa. It was a bitter, hard-fought affair that the Senators came back to win in a shootout, and that some of that carried over into this game.
There was a lot of shenanigans, we'll call it, because it started with Brad Marchand, who decided he wanted to try and choke out Nick Cousins. Haven't seen that. I don't know if I've seen that on the ice, but Cousins and Marchand, both known to get under each other's skin and other teams, their opponents, and all night long, the battle ensued. Whether it was Cousins or Marchand or Brady Tkachuk on Zadorov, the physicality was there. The emotion was there. Both organizations know what is at stake. There was retaliatory plays, though. That's where one thing I thought the Ottawa Senators got dragged into. A couple retaliatory penalties. It didn't cost them on the scoreboard, but it did cost them as far as the mental edge that the Boston Bruins were able to execute. Some veteran players were able to drag some of the younger players of the Senators into that war, into that frustration.
Another factor was penalties. Ottawa had 4 power plays in this game. Were unable to connect. There's now 1 for the last 19 as Pasternak put it away at the end. That drew more rough stuff. But the fact is now, Jamie, Ottawa faces a tough back-to-back this weekend. They've got Toronto at home on Saturday. The next night, they've got Utah.
It is a challenge right now, and you're banged up on the back end. Nick Jensen didn't finish the game, so you have to check on his status. Thomas Chabot wearing the fishbowl. He's not at 100%. You've got young players up. Jake Sanderson wasn't available to you. Josh Norris. So, yes, there's lots of built-in excuses, but I mentioned before, the schedule doesn't get easier. You're playing against a top-tier team in the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday night. Now, it is on home ice, which could be a battle for you or could be a bonus for you. But the Maple Leafs, they know how to score, so you've got to find a way to find some goals against a top-tier team.
So Ottawa began the game without Jake Sanderson, lost Nick Jensen partway through, so finished the game with just 5D. One of them, Tyler Kleven, had these thoughts afterwards.
Disappointing ending, but boy, you can't complain about chances and effort and opportunity here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that we played the right way for a chunk of that game. I think that, maybe our start wasn't our best, and, playing against a team like that, you got to be ready at all times. And I thought we got to the net tonight. Like, we created a lot of chances, and I don't know, puck just didn't go in.
When the puck luck is not there at the other end of the ice, how important is it to stay focused, playing the right way defensively?
Yeah, I think just trying to, let Forsey see the puck at all times. Just, try to get the puck into our forwards' hands, and, that's what leads me to have success in this league. And, Forsey played unreal for us tonight, and, we just got to, put a couple away for him.
Mindset obviously can't change when you find out, I guess, almost last minute that Jake is not going to play tonight.
Yeah, he's a big piece in this lineup, and I think that we got guys in that locker room that can all step up, and I don't know if we had the greatest start, like I said, but let him heal up, and he'll be back soon.
A couple good looks for you as well personally. When you jump up in the rush, what's key for you personally when you jump up in the rush looking for those opportunities?
Yeah, I think just try to find my time and place. I just try to lock it down defensively, and when I see my opportunity, try to get up there and try to help the team create some offense and get a couple shots through.
And on the back end as well, how important is it to stay composed as well when the struggles are happening offensively like they've been recently?
Yeah, I don't think my game really changes. Like I'm here to try to be really good defensively and just try to get the puck into our forwards' hands. And I don't think that the game really changed much for me. Just trying to get shots through, like I said. And times are we're not scoring a lot right now, but I feel like we're getting to the net, and if we keep doing that, it'll eventually come. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for this.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
Drake, not very often I bring in the hockey gods into a post-game presser here, but they weren't smiling again tonight for you.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty close game, obviously. I thought Forsey played good in that, made a couple big saves, and we just weren't able to buy one there.
I counted 4 posts, and I think maybe you had one as well. How important is it to try and keep the frustration level out of the game?
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to try and stay as positive as you can. But, when we scored 2 goals on the whole road trip, it gets a little frustrating for sure. So hopefully it'll turn around. We got a couple big games this weekend at home, so looking forward to getting back and enjoying those.
In a race like this also, you mentioned getting home. How important is it to stay composed and keep that composure when going home and facing off against 2 good teams as well?
Yeah, I think it'll be nice to get home for a while. I feel like our travel's been kind of nuts here the last month and a half. So get home, play a couple of games, and then have 3 or 4 days off before the next one will be nice. And get back in front of the home crowd will be awesome.